go forward.
And, you know, you haven't got a Barbara Gordon for your Batman film yet. It strikes me like Anna would be a perfect Barbara Gordon.
This is, you know...
It's getting awkward.
You know what?
As soon as I get cast in Pitch Perfect 3,
I will give you the $50 after the interview.
Other than that, you know, it's wide open.
Yeah.
So unless I'm singing in a movie some point next year.
All right, Ben.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Slick Muff here. I'm back again with another video talking about Anna Kendrick as Barbara Gordon. Now, Super Bro Movies on Twitter, many of you guys probably follow them. I believe the account follows me. Pretty popular superhero, you know, a Twitter account, that sort of thing. Basically tweeted out this ship a while ago as Anna Kendrick being Barbara Gordon. Now, I did not know who Anna Kendrick was. It was getting quite a bit of traction, so I decided to look her up, being the Barbara Gordon super fan that I am. So I was looking her up, and I found out that she's the one that did the cup song, you know, the song where, you know, she gets the cup and she slaps it around and sings and that sort of thing. So that's Anna Kendrick. I did not know that. So I'd seen her in the past. I've never seen, you know, Pitch Perfect, not really up my alley or anything like that. But I did recognize the cup song that she did a while ago. But anyway, so that's how I found out who Anna Kendrick was. And I first saw her side by side with Barbara Gordon, and you definitely see the comparison. At first, when I saw it, if I remember exactly what I tweeted, I don't know how to feel about this. Because when I see her, I don't immediately see Barbara Gordon. In fact, the girl that played Jean Grey, X-Men, actually almost, when I first saw her, I was like, yeah, she could be Barbara Gordon. Well, and she's got the red hair and everything like that as Jean Grey. Now, she is tied up to the X-Men universe, and I believe she's also on Game of Thrones, that girl. So, Anna Kendrick, WB household name alongside, yes, her father, who it would be in Justice League. What's his name? I forget what his name was. J.K. Simmons, who's playing Commissioner Gordon. And then you also have Ben Affleck. So all three of them were the big stars of The Accountant, if I understand correctly. And you could easily fit that in there. And he sort of slyly references like, hey, you don't have Barbara Gordon in your movie yet, Cass. You could easily make Anna Kendrick one. And it would make a lot of sense, right? They've all worked together on The Accountant. That's how the business works. Connections and that sort of thing. And as beyond the trailer, Grace Randolph stated rather eloquently in a way that I did not even know about this, WB does a lot of in-household stuff and names, and now that she mentioned that, I started to think about it. It's like, yeah, that's kind of true. You know, they latch on to personalities, and not only personalities, but just talent that they have. Ben Affleck, I mean, you can probably count how many movies he's done that aren't WB on one hand, so he definitely, you know, I believe all the films he's directed and that sort of thing have been through Warner Brothers Pictures as well. So, Anna Kendrick may be the same way, I don't know. She also does little animated movies with Justin Timberlake, which I saw. So, you know, I don't know if she's all that talented of an actress. I'm assuming that she's not untalented. I have no reason to believe that. I imagine that if she's in The Accountant, she is rather talented and she can sing too. My concern of having a Barbara Gordon that can sing is that you get these people that get these crazy ideas like, hey, let's have all our superheroes sing, which they're doing in the CW, which is ludicrous. It is insanity. It is ridiculous. Okay, I believe you that Kara, Supergirl, what's her name in the show? Melissa Benoist is a great singer. I totally believe you. I bet that the guy that plays Barry Allen can sing too. Don't show me. Don't want to see it. There's no precedent in canon for that. Supergirl has never sung before, ever, and I'm pretty sure The Flash is not either. Besides, you know, like humming in the car or something like that, one of those sort of scenes. But to create a musical DC Comics, I mean, I'm laughing just thinking about it. And by the way, in fact, I was just reading a Rebirth comic the other day, just sort of making me think about it. I hate in comics when they're singing. No, it was a Spider-Man book. It was Dan Slott's Spider-Man comic. It was a plus-size issue. It was a $6 issue. I got it for $1 in the back issues. Anyway, and it's, you know, where Spider-Man's a businessman. He's super rich, but he gives all his money to charity and that sort of thing. And the comic was okay. But anyway, in this comic, there's a singing scene between Spider-Man and somebody else who's riding in the car. And yes, in that comic, it's basically Spider-Man being Batman. He's got all these high-tech gadgets. He's got this Spider-Mobile. I mean, it's literally Batman ripoff of Spider-Man. It was okay. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best thing ever. And they're singing. I hate singing in comics because you don't know the melody because you're reading a freaking page. Like, it's like reading sheet notes. I mean, it's boring as hell. You know, there's no sound there, okay? So I hate singing in comics. And point being, long, extrapolated explanation, I don't want singing in a DC TV show. And that is an episode I will watch just for amusement, just to laugh at, but it's not something I look forward to. But I do look forward to Supergirl each Monday. I think it's a great show, and it's really, really good, especially season 2, episode 1 and episode 2 have been phenomenal. I mean, so good. But anyway, back to Anna Kendrick as Barbara Gordon. I think she could do a great job. As I said, when I see her, I don't immediately think Barbara Gordon, but she is definitely one, if you really look at it side by side, she has the face for it. I think personally she has the look of it. And I don't know how tall she is. Of course, the big part of Barbara Gordon is that she's rather short. She does not have blue eyes, which bugs me. To be honest with you, again, told you at the beginning of the video, I'm a Barbara Gordon super fan, so I'm going to nitpick a little bit. But yeah, she does not have blue eyes. Generally, she has mostly blue eyes most of the time. Sometimes you'll see her have green eyes. I believe in Batgirl Year 1, some of the artists actually, if I recall correctly, in the latter half of that graphic novel written by Chuck Dixon, it's actually, sometimes she has green eyes, sometimes she has blue. You don't quote me on that. But generally she does have blue eyes, but if not blue, then definitely green. I believe she has like black eyes, or not blue. She has that bright blue eyes, which is not really, I can't say is important to the character. The only physical, attribute I think is actually important to the character is her hair color. I think her having red hair is absolutely integral to the character in just about every way. Hair color is very important to Batgirls. To all the Batgirls, and each Batgirl has their own distinctive hair color. Stephanie Brown being blonde, Cassandra Cain black, and Barbara Gordon red. And it's more so important than you really have across the board in any other character. Even if we're looking at the female characters in the Superman universe, Supergirl, Superwoman, not so much. Hair is very important to the Batgirls, at least the way that I see it. So, happy to see that she can dye her hair red, not a natural redhead. I believe that the Jean Grey girl that I was mentioning you earlier was actually a natural redhead for Jean Grey. And her hair color is pretty important to that character as well, Jean Grey in my personal opinion. But yes, if we get her some colored contacts, no, she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that. But she does need to dye her hair. And Zack Snyder, by the way, Lois Lane has black hair in the comics. I believe many of you know that. And he let Amy Adams keep the red hair. Not that big of a deal for me because I don't have that much of an attachment to Amy Adams' physical appearance. Lois Lane's physical appearance. But other characters such as Bruce Wayne, Barbara Gordon, I certainly do. Superman, Supergirl, etc. if they were to ever appear in the DCEU. And these characters, the way that I see it, they really have to look just like they do in the comic books or I'm not pleased. I think Bruce Wayne's double butt chin really bothers me. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like it in the slightest. And even in Arkham City, I pointed out, Batman actually has the butt chin a little bit. But yeah, he's a great Bruce Wayne and a great Batman. But it is something that does not look good in the cowl, in my personal opinion. And I wish he didn't have it. With that being said, otherwise he's very good in the role. Physically, we're talking about here. I'm not talking about acting. And I just called him Kal-El. I mean, literally, what's his name? Superman in the DCEU is perfect for the role. Henry Cavill. He is the perfect Superman. And he's just Superman in the flesh. He was born to play the role. Okay, so I've rambled on long enough. In summary, I really do hope Anna Kendrick will be cast as Barbara Gordon. I think that she can do great in the role. From what I've seen, she is a talented actor, and she definitely has the look for it, and she could really do a great job with the role. She already has that chemistry with J.K. Simmons and Ben Affleck. It was really happy for me to see. I was really happy to see that Ben Affleck even knew who Barbara Gordon was. That's something I worried about. I don't know the extent of his Batman knowledge. I know that he apparently built a bat cave in like his mansion or whatever, his ex-mansion or whatever. So, he probably was a Batman fan at some point, but dude, people do that all the time. Like, people built 1966 bat caves and 1989 bat cave. Okay, so you're a big fan of a movie or a television show. Doesn't mean you're an expert on the universe. And I really do hope that we do get to see Barbara Gordon in the DC Extended Universe as Batgirl. The only way that you could really get into issues here interpreting that character onto the big screen is if you do her as Oracle, because Anna Kendrick is far too young. She's 29 or 30 years old, which is infinitely too young for the role of Oracle. And furthermore, well, not infinitely too young. I think she is too young for the role of Oracle. She should be Batgirl. Barbara Gordon has been Batgirl in DC Comics for nearly a decade now, well over half of a decade for sure. So having her be Oracle feels very out of place. She has not been Oracle since she got her spine surgery in 2011 in our time. Obviously it does not really works the way it works in the New 52, and that stuck even through Rebirth. And so she'll be, Barbara Gordon will be Batgirl for decades to come, most likely. And, I think that DC definitely recognized a little bit of, misuse, or I don't know the correct word. They definitely shaded her a little bit, and I think they feel guilty about it, to be truthful with you. And they should be, if you listen to what the vice president of DC said when the writer of The Killing Joke in 1988 asked if he could cripple Barbara Gordon. You can look up for yourself. I won't repeat it on video. It's not particularly appropriate. So anyway, guys, hope you'll have enjoyed the video. And if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I really am looking forward to seeing Barbara Gordon in the DCEU, and I hope that we can get some other Bat Family members in there as well. Maybe Dick Grayson, I think, would be at the top of my list. And if you'd like to hear my pitch for a Batman solo movie that involves the trinity of the Bat Family, Batman, Batgirl, and Robin, definitely let me know, and I will consider doing that. I have a lot of it plotted out in my mind. I'm not a writer. I'm not, anything like that, so I don't have, like, a script or anything. But, from time to time, I just sort of think, well, if I was directing a Batman movie, what would I do? And it definitely is going to be pretty different than what Ben Affleck would do. That is for sure. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.